Elite athletes come in all shapes and sizes. But what do Muhammad Ali, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Richard Sherman, and G2's Fabian have in common? Their ability to trash talk their opponents and back it up with sensational performances.
I don't know if Force is a fire, but every team that's gone up against them have played literally
Fabian's rise in the gaming world has been followed with an overconfidence, ability to trash talk every interview he's been in, and a massive success at the games he plays. The man isn't just spouting out words to insult opponents, he's making declarations, making history, and making esports one of the more entertaining live events to watch unfold in recent years. How did he do it all? Let's take a deep look into the life and career of Fabian, a gamer who brought Rainbow Six Siege to new heights. Welcome to the Six Invitational 2020, an annual Rainbow Six Siege tournament hosted by the game maker Ubisoft. While Space Station Gaming celebrates their $1 million victory, the story here is not about the first place winners. And it's not about the runner-ups. It's about the quarterfinals losers, G2 Esports. After dominating in the years past, it seems like the team and their leader Fabian would have to go home and reevaluate what was next for the gamers. But this nearly last place finish wasn't the norm for Fabian, a gamer who used his voice and talents to quickly rise through the ranks. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. Let's go back to the beginning, to the rise of Fabian, all the way back to 2016. Yeah, he's only 25. We don't have to go back that far. We've all dealt with gaming trash talkers before. You know the ones. Players screaming through our headsets yelling the word noob like it's the first time we've heard it, and often talking even more trash after they've already lost. Well, if you've watched pro gamer Fabian play or actually played against him, you'd know his trash talking is on a whole other level.
Feel free to pass around the microphone here.
Well, no, they don't know how to speak English.
Time and time again, he backs up his mouth with his gaming, and is effectively proven to be one of the smartest gamers in the world. But who is Fabian? The Swedish gamer who proclaims to play Ice Bear football in the severe winters would find refuge from the cold and discover his love for video games just like so many before him. He was naturally drawn to Ubisoft's Rainbow Six Siege, a shooter with more advanced strategy and layered gameplay unlike other competitive games like CSGO or Fortnite. Right from the gate, Fabian learned the best way to play wasn't joining matches with other players, but playing on his own. In the single-player mode of Rainbow Six, Fabian didn't just do run-of-the-mill actions to complete levels. He strategized, played around, and studied every detail of the map. He mastered weapons, learned secrets, and even tried unorthodox ways to play so he could literally learn everything. You could teach anyone to master a headshot and build up a quick trigger finger, but Fabian went above and beyond to become a master of not only knowing what he should do in levels, but to see the foresight of what his enemies would do as well. And the gaming community quickly took notice. Sure, Fabian's insults and ego may have drawn the most attention, but it was his skills which really helped put him on the map. And he's as straightforward as they come. Fabian is his actual name, and it was an easy transition for his gamertag. His first step into competitive gaming was with Team Phoenix in 2016. In a partnership which lasted less than a year, Fabian never found his grounding with the team, and not enough effort was put in to even qualify for a professional tournament. Fabian realized that he couldn't compete on a professional level with friends and buddies. He needed to join a team with the same competitive spirit and drive to accomplish true wins. For Fabian, saying you were the best in the world meant you had to back it up. No matter how much he ribbed other players, brought his ego to interviews, and tweeted out his confident proclamations, the guy was a serious gamer with serious dedication. And it would all be proven when he joined Penta Sports in March of 2017. Just a few months after joining Penta, Fabian and his elite teammates like Pengu, Goga, and Falco dominated the Pro League Year 2 Season 1 finals and matched it with a Season 2 finals victory just a few months later. And with the confetti falling and celebrations at hand, Fabian's confidence only grew. In interviews, he claimed to lose matches on purpose, refers to himself as the brains of his team, and expressed confidence to beat anyone they go up against. And the Pro League seasons of 2017 were just a warm-up to the biggest and most prominent stage of them all, the Six Invitational. Ubisoft's massive tournament gathers some of the best players from across the globe, and after some impressive success, Fabian and Penta moved on to easily qualify for the 2018 tournament. Fabian rode his confidence and trash-talking all the way through the tournament, and unlike other trash-talkers like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Richard Sherman, Fabian performs in a more subdued way than others. His dry, sarcastic sense of humor often will catch you off guard as he slips one-liners into interviews.
You wanted to face them here.
Well, who doesn't want to face the second best team in the world?
Offers brutal honesty and keeps a straight face the whole time. And while his insults can get under the skin of other players, Fabian is constantly thinking, strategizing, and planning the next ways for his team to win. His perspective and insight comes unmatched, and this was proven as Penta dominated their ways into the finals without even losing a round. They found their biggest challenge in the form of the Evil Geniuses team, who quickly took a 2-round lead. Penta did the unthinkable, winning 3 in a row and claiming the 6 Invitational trophy. After years of building up his reputation in trash talk, Fabian had finally reached the top with Penta, and this all led to some major opportunities. All of the players in Penta switched to a new team, G2 Esports. The roster and main goal were essentially the same, but the team had a richer sponsor, all new uniforms, and more time to focus on honing their game skills. Riding the momentum of the huge invitational win, the new G2 Esports team continued to dominate and prove they were one of the best in the world. The greater exposure of the G2 Esports team led to more interviews for Fabian and more chances for his trash talking to grow. He was not only the brains of the team, but he was the voice of the team, and he led them into the 2019 Six Invitational, riding a huge wave of confidence. The 2018 win only made Fabian increase his trash talk, proclaimed to be the best player in the world, and he was spouting out guarantees of victory. Fabian essentially put a target on his back, much like so many trash talkers have done in the past. But no matter how much he talked, he always kept his calm, cool manner and assured another championship win. Winning 2 years in a row seemed like a long shot, but G2 Esports made it look easy, cruising through opponents like Space Station and shutting out Russia's Team Empire in the grand finals. For the second year in a row, the confetti flew, and Fabian raised their trophy high after proclaiming victory. It all felt like deja vu, as his team cemented legacy as some of the greatest Rainbow Six Siege players of all time. One of the keys to Fabian's winning strategy came in the events leading up to the Invitational. Fabian knows their sessions are recorded, and just like Peyton Manning studying NFL game tape, any player could literally learn extra what the G2 team does to win. So Fabian changed the game. Strategies and plans were left offline and out of public tournaments. It led to a loss of rankings, but this didn't matter to Fabian. His confidence remained, and the team even admitted to throwing matches to save their strategies and keys to victory for the big game. And just like how he knew he would rise up in the world of gaming, Fabian could foresee the slow decline of G2 Esports. The team was riding high with their invitational victory, but it would end up being one of the last times he was up on the podium. And yet this didn't stop Fabian from changing his trash-talking habits. If a loss came to G2, Fabian would claim they lost the match for themselves, not based on the skills of others. And boy, did they lose a lot in 2019. A third-place finish in Pro League Season 9 led to a dismal performance in the major DreamHack Montreal 2019 tournament. By the time the Six Invitational for 2020 arrived, G2 Esports didn't even qualify for the event. The team had multiple chances to qualify and lost each and every time. But as two-time champions, Ubisoft saw the importance of their presence and invited the team, the only one with a free invitation to the tournament. Despite all this, Fabian kept his same demeanor and tone. The group rounds offered a glimmer of hope that we would see the G2 Esports shine again as they dominated their group. But when brackets began, everything came all crashing down. The major loss of the 2020 Invitational led to an epiphany for Fabian. The man who spent years talking and analyzing his way to the top could see no other path to victory again. While others may have played the blame game, increased trash talking, and dug themselves deeper, Fabian did the smart thing. He ate his own words, admitted defeat, and put himself on the bench of G2 Esports. The roster that won 2 major tournaments in a row would be no more. And while months have passed since the initial announcement, we are still waiting to hear what's next for Fabian. Rumors have grown that he is still a part of the G2 Esports team right now. But with major changes to industry globally in 2020, anything can happen in the future. With his success and money, Fabian could possibly start his own team, recruiting the best players in the world who are drawn to the style of gaming and trash talking. Meanwhile, he has over 100,000 subscribers on Twitch, where he hones his skills and continues to trash talk on a daily basis, including plenty of his own self-deprecation. He still plays a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, but you will see him dabble in a number of other shooters, including Halo and Counter-Strike. In the end, no matter what jersey he's wearing or team he's part of, no one will shut Fabian up, as he is truly himself. And that has led to plenty of success in the past, and it will lead to even more success in the future. So now let's hear you chime in. Are you a fan of Fabian? Does this insight make you an even bigger fan now? Does he have the skills to replicate his success of the past? Should he return to G2 Esports? Well, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Gamer for more great content.